When you ask people for the most powerful verses in fiction, most of the time people will say something along the line of, oh, it's definitely Dragon Ball, or it has to be One Punch Man, or probably Maru, Dice Erase, SCP, or Umineko. Some people even argue Medaka Box. But what if I told you all of those answers are wrong? In fact, the verse I'm about to bring up can one-shot and sell all of the verses previously mentioned. So now I know what you're thinking. Alright, the verse this guy's talking about has to be Rage DC, right? Well, yes and no. The verse I'm talking about is Total Drama Island. I already know a lot of you are thinking, oh, it must be satire, or it must be rage baiting. But no, you're wrong. I'm dead serious. For you to understand how strong Total Drama is, you would have to understand where the cosmology places on the tiering system. The tiering system we're going to be adhering to is the CSAP. As always, for starters, under the framework of dimensionality, each independent variable in the function represents an additional dimension. So if it cannot be defined to any axis of data, instead thing isn't confined to dimensionality, calling it for 1A or outer versal. And a singular DC universe has this, by the way. Now I'm going to uphold to the value that some kind of initial predicate acts as a way to keep this thing closed and compacted. So it defines the very first condition in the snapshot of an execution sequence to be true. My starting point would be the fact that Warner Brothers has the rights to Total Drama, and if an initial predicate specifies the exact values for every variable, it produces one initial state, which would be the one variant or the only possible outcome. So if the initial predicate is to be that Warner Brothers owns the rights to Total Drama, specifies the exact value for each variable, which is the fact that WB has the rights to stream Total Drama, and Total Drama is not really owned, but like Warner Brothers has the rights to stream them. The only possible outcome is that Total Drama Universe shares the same cosmology as Cartoon Network. Now, what I said earlier would be true because we have to understand something, which first of all, the Cartoon Network cosmology is already insane, but I'm not even going to get into that. I'm explaining that the Cartoon Network universe itself actually, first of all, they do actually technically scale to the Cartoon Network, like I said earlier, because you have to remember that this is kind of like a situation where a tenant lives in an apartment. Even if he likes it or not, he still lives in the apartment, he just doesn't own it. It's the same way there. Cartoon Network has the rights to stream Total Drama. They don't own it, but Total Drama will still be a part of the universe. That doesn't negate it. It's the same thing there. Now, in this case of Total Drama, we'd have to talk about something. You remember how I said that a single DC universe is 1A on CSAP? Well, in CSAP, all of F is higher dimensional. Why does this matter? Because a single DC universe has all of F over each other, since each one views the other one as fictional. And since we already established a single DC universe is 1A, and a DC universe is actually an infinite multiverse, that will increase the rating of a DC universe to a high 1A via the R over F argument. Now I know you're shocked and you're thinking, alright, this is insane. This guy can't get any crazier. But if I told you you're wrong, we can go into some higher metas, a way to get the verse even higher than it's ever been before, and push the scaling to the absolute maximum. The Cartoon Network cosmology contains things like the DC Publishing Company, which not only views the rest of the cosmology as fictional, which is in this case it would be DC, and as they literally publish DC comics and literally print them out as comic books. Yes, the literal publishing company for DC, I'm not joking. This would mean that there would be another layer of R over F, which would then boost the rating of a base Cartoon Network universe to extra versal, since it's so far beyond the shore of high outer and outer versal. And now you're wondering, okay, you never really proved how they scale to the cosmology. How do they scale to the cosmology? I'm glad you asked. In topology, we know a person who is restricted to a line can only move backward or forward. They can't get past another 1D person without getting off the line because of this. A 2D barrier would just be impossible to comprehend, just like the same way human cannot perceive the fifth dimension, because our body only allows us to perceive 3 spatial dimensions and 1 temporal dimension. So because of that, anyone who can exist in this Cartoon Network universe will just scale to extraversal. And the total drama verse would have some of the same hacks and abilities, like for example, mathematics destruction and mathematical manipulation, via the fact that DC universe is already above mathematics in itself. And they also have concept destruction, paradox inducement, dimensional manipulation, axiom manipulation, physics manipulation, logic manipulation, causality manipulation, molecular manipulation, and also boundary and reality manipulation. And they also have the hacks just shown on screen. But I'm not really going to name them all because there's a lot of them. And all of these hacks just come from the fact that they can manipulate math easily. And manipulating math gives you insane hacks. So overall, the total drama cosmology would just scale to extraversal with a relevant speed. If you really like this video, make sure to subscribe for more. See you later. Bye.